All right, let's talk about a sound that started on one small island and literally took over the entire world. I'm talking about reggae, of course. It's the sound of peace, it's the sound of protest, and it's got a rhythm that, let's be honest, is absolutely impossible to ignore. But have you ever really stopped to think about what gives it that hypnotic feel? You know, that super relaxed, head-nodding groove you can feel from the very first note? Well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get right into the anatomy of that sound.
Okay, so the first and maybe the most important thing they did was actually pretty simple. They just slowed it all down. Before reggae, you had ska and rocksteady, and they were much faster, almost frantic. Reggae came along, took all that energy, and just pulled way back on the tempo. It created this slower, much more hypnotic space where the music could really, breathe.
So, let's dive in. We'll start at the beginning and really trace how this incredible Jamaican sound grew to become a global phenomena.
You see, reggae didn't just pop up out of thin air. It really evolved, right there in the late 1960s from its musical ancestors ska and rocksteady. But here's the thing, this wasn't some random accident. It was a very conscious musical shift, a decision to create something totally new and different.
All right, now for the fun part. Let's get into the actual mechanics of it. We're going to deconstruct the key ingredients that make up that signature reggae sound. This is where the real magic happens.
So, the absolute heart of reggae is something called the one-drop beat, and it's so cool because it completely flips what we're used to. In most pop music, right, the big emphasis is on the first beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. But reggae, it puts its main kick drum, the drop, on the third beat, so it's more like 1, 2, 3, 4. That little hesitation, that delay, that's everything. It's what creates that iconic, super laid-back pulse. And working right alongside that one-drop beat is the guitar skank. You know that sound I'm talking about, those short, sharp, choppy chords. The rhythm guitarist plays them on the offbeats, kind of in between the main beats. It's not really a melody, it's more of a rhythmic texture that just drives the whole song forward.
But it doesn't stop with the one drop and the skank. There are a few other key pieces to this puzzle. For one, the bass. In reggae, the bass isn't just hiding in the background. No way. It's basically a lead instrument, playing these deep, melodic lines that you literally feel in your chest. Then you've got the drums just holding down that steady, relaxed groove, and of course the vocals, often in that beautiful, strong Jamaican dialect, delivering the message with just pure, raw authenticity.
But here's the thing. Reggae has always been about so much more than just a killer rhythm. So let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the soul of the music, about the powerful messages packed into those lyrics.
This music became this incredible vehicle for storytelling. The lyrics, they often just mirrored the real-life struggles and hopes of everyday people. So yeah, you'd hear about universal themes like love and peace, but you'd also hear them confronting really tough issues, social injustice, oppression, the fight for freedom. It was music that was truly speaking for people who felt like they didn't have a voice.
And this is absolutely the crucial point. This wasn't just music for dancing. For so many people, reggae was like a lifeline. It was their newspaper. It was their protest song, all rolled into one. It became this incredibly powerful tool for communication and empowerment, and on a massive scale.
And really, you just can't talk about reggae without talking about its deep, deep connection to Rastafarianism, this spiritual movement with its powerful focus on African identity, on unity, and on faith in Jah or God. It really provides the philosophical and spiritual backbone for so much of the music's message. The two are just woven together.
And of course, this powerful message needed ambassadors to carry it to the rest of the world. And what incredible ambassadors they were. We're talking about artists like the one and only Bob Marley and the Wailers, the fiery Peter Tosh, and the amazing pioneer Jimmy Cliff. They're the ones who took this Jamaican sound and its big ideas and put them on the global stage for everyone to hear.
So what's the lasting legacy of all this? In this final section, let's explore that lasting echo of reggae. You might be surprised to see just how far its influence has really spread. Okay, so reggae didn't just influence other genres. It literally had children. It gave birth to entirely new styles of music. First, in the 70s, you get dub, this slower, heavier, super experimental electronic style, cooked up by pioneers like the great Lee Perry. Then, in the 80s, dancehall explodes onto the scene with its faster, rawer beats and DJ-led style. And that rhythm, well, it eventually fused with other sounds to create the global powerhouse we know as reggaeton.
And the influence doesn't even stop there. It goes way further. I mean, think about it. Those heavy, heavy bass lines in hip-hop,
the rebellious anti-establishment spirit of punk, or even just that focus on rhythm in so much of today's pop and electronic music. You can hear these little echoes, this DNA of reggae woven into the fabric of music all over the planet.
So that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Reggae proved, without a shadow of a doubt, that music could be a powerful, powerful voice for change. It spoke truth to power, starting on a small island and reaching the entire world. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? In today's hyper-connected world of global streaming, where will the next powerful voice like that come from? And what is it going to sound like?